Good evening. Coming up tonight. While students have settled into apartments and houses, it's not always a paradise. Find out the shocking reality that one senior has had with his home.
South Carolina's most successful team gets a good look at part of their conference schedule, but who's going to be on the docket? Find out coming up.
And finally, a shortage of these workers as a result of the pandemic could leave the state in need of some major help.
All of that and more tonight on SGTV Nightly News.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, this is SGTV Nightly News.
The Palmetto Leader Bus is making a trip to Orangeburg on Friday in hopes of leaving a lasting impact on the local community. UofSC law students will be operating the bus through the Palmetto Leader program, which provides legal services and counsel to residents at no cost. The bus is built to contain 2 fully functioning offices and a waiting area, along with the technology to draft wills, review legal documents, and more. Students who are interested in volunteering for the Palmetto Leader program can visit the Volunteer Opportunities page on the School of Law website. The bus will be on site in Orangeburg County from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Appointments are required in order to be advised.
Masks are coming back for the time being. Last night, Columbia City Council passed an emergency ordinance requiring masks within city limits. This follows ordinances just set in Casey and West Columbia, who both issued mask mandates this week as well. The question we all have is not really why, as the New York Times reported last week that the state of South Carolina has the highest number of new coronavirus cases per 100,000 people in the country. Our real question is when. Here in the city of Columbia, you'll need to don your mask inside public places and commercial establishments, in any place where people move and change distances frequently, like a busy sidewalk, for example, and outdoor areas where it's impossible to stay 6 feet apart. However, you can take off your mask while eating, drinking, or smoking, while alone with just your family or your roommates, if you have a health condition, or if the service you're out receiving requires you to take off your mask, something like getting a cleaning at the dentist. And this City of Columbia emergency mandate will last for the next 30 days.
As COVID-19 cases continue to grow day by day, the amount of EMTs and paramedics across the state are dwindling. According to an article by WLTX News 19, healthcare departments are experiencing a shortage of emergency care workers due to feelings of being overworked and overwhelmed by the weight of the pandemic. Directors and supervisors even say that working twice the number of regular hours for consecutive days has become a normal occurrence. The South Carolina EMS Association intends to prioritize hiring efforts after being awarded $350,000 in recruitment funding.
That new apartment excitement is still in the air, as many have settled into their new digs around Columbia. But what happens when things start to go wrong? SGTV News 4 reporter Finn Carlin tells us that for one student, their 10-month-long maintenance battle has been nothing short of a nightmare.
When Red Point resident David West thinks of all the problems with his AC unit, there's one word that comes to mind.
I'm furious. Really furious.
As he has submitted numerous maintenance requests over the course of 10 months to get it repaired, the staff there has been unhelpful.
It's like they don't want to talk to you. Like, you go in and ask for them, and then they'll say, okay, they're in a meeting, just come back later. Or they ask you for your phone number, and then they just won't get back to you.
But the problem persists in many places. Over at Green Crossing Apartments, junior Devin Giacomini has had a similar lack of luck with a faulty washer and dryer unit.
I and my 2 other roommates have been to our friends' houses to do laundry, which is ridiculous.
Situations like these are leading to students becoming more unhappy with where they live. According to a recent News 4 Twitter poll, 64% of off-campus residents aren't satisfied with their maintenance teams. The weeks of waiting for repairs and unreliable promises are causing people like Devin to be fed up.
So I don't really know when it's going to happen, because they've said we'll be there tomorrow, and then tomorrow came, and they didn't.
But according to South Carolina law, landlords don't have to be hasty. They just have to eventually do the work to make all repairs necessary. This makes residents like David less optimistic that anything will get fixed in a timely manner.
If something breaks, it usually takes a long time for anyone to come, even if you try to pester them more.
Although Red Point was unable to speak with News 4 on this topic, David's experience is one that he will continue to carry with him.
I won't be staying around here anymore, but if we had known that this would happen we wouldn't have renewed our lease.
In Columbia, Finn Carlin, SGTV News 4.
Now David is a senior at USC who doesn't plan on staying in Columbia after graduating. But for the students who will return to the apartment life, situations like this will only make it harder. And I know so many of us at SGTV are no stranger to maintenance issues. My house looks like the monster house right now.
Unfortunately, it's something I've heard a lot about coming back to campus in the past few weeks, and I just hope it's something that they get settled soon.
I know, something so tough for students to deal with. Well, after a short break, we will be back with more from SGTV News 4 Sports. Welcome back, everyone. We've got some details recently released for this South Carolina squad, including some tough competition ahead. Here's SGTV News 4 Sports reporter Will Kronsberg with the story. Will?
Thanks, Costa. Major news in Gamecock sports this week as the SEC has released the women's basketball schedules for the upcoming season. Dawn Staley and company kick off their conference slate on the road on December 30th at Missouri before returning home January 2nd to play Ole Miss for the first of their 2 meetings. Overall, the Gamecocks will play 8 league games against 2021 tournament teams, including 2 matchups with the SEC runner-up and AP number 4 Texas A&M Aggies. Kentucky will be the 3rd and final double booking for the season, with the trip to Lexington marking the first of 4 road games for the team in their final 3 weeks of the season. Later in the fall, UofSC will announce the remainder of their non-conference schedule for the Gamecocks as they look to top a Final Four appearance this past year and put themselves in the record books next to the 2017 championship team. But before we can even get back to basketball season, 5 Gamecock teams are in action this weekend, all culminating with the football game at East Carolina Saturday at noon. Going into the game, East Carolina sits at 0-1 after a 33-19 loss to Appalachian State in Charlotte last Thursday. But there's still one win streak on the line for the Pirates this weekend. East Carolina head coach Mike Houston came into Columbia almost 6 years ago, then as coach of the Citadel. When the dust settled that day, the Citadel had won a shocking 23-22 upset. Trust me, I was in the stadium for every painstaking minute. But 3 head coaches later, this is a new Gamecocks team.
They have very good athletes, all the stand-up skill positions on offense and defense, and they did not have Harris last Saturday night. He'll play against us this Saturday, and he was I think the leading rusher in the Southeastern Conference last year. So obviously a great offensive player there. So their personnel is very good, and I think that it was a good showing by them last Saturday night. They had a game where they were able to work out some kinks and have a successful start, and so I know that they'll be excited for this game this Saturday.
That's all for Carolina Sports. Back to you.
Thank you, Will. Coming up, we've got some exciting things coming up to please your palate. We hope you're hungry for more. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Frank Martinez.
And I'm Tatum Miller, here with tonight's news in local entertainment.
Looks like Carolina is looking to level up with a new opportunity coming to college gamers. Xfinity is hosting the Autumn Anarchy Cup, a $10,000 Fortnite tournament for college players across the country. This esports event has already started registrations and will take place on October 2nd at 4 p.m. for qualifiers, and the final won't be until the day after, October 3rd at the same 4 p.m. time. Are you a big Fortnite girl? Do you play? What's up?
I can't say I am, but for $10,000, I mean, why not?
You learn, huh?
Yeah, seriously.
That's a whole lot of money right there. A whole lot of McDonald's. I don't know.
If you're not thinking about food right now, I'm about to get your stomach rumbling and your mouth salivating. This Sunday, September 12th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., Columbia Metropolitan Convention Center is holding a food truck festival. You heard me, 25 food trucks all in one place, so you can meet local businesses and eat until your stomach bursts at the same time. Not only is there incredible food, but you can get your face painted, jump in a bounce house, and take home a balloon animal. For more information about this event, email info@touchofmagicevents.com. Now, I've seen some of the food trucks that are gonna come, and wow, we need to check it out.
Delicious?
Amazing.
Okay, if you were to get a balloon animal, what would you get?
Ooh, maybe unicorn.
Lovely. That's what
Always
I would
look good.
get. Yep.
And if that's not enough to halt your hunger, you need to run to the Hilton Embassy Suites in North Charleston right now. On Saturday, September 11th, they are hosting a comedy murder mystery dinner alongside a fantastic 3-course meal. This is America's largest interactive detective dinner, and the prime suspect could even be your date. This weekend, we have the story titled Dirty Money, which will last from 6 to 9 p.m. and guarantees to have you on the edge of your seat for every minute of the show. Tickets are going for $59.99, but keep in mind this includes 2 yummy appetizers, a scrumptious entree, decadent dessert, and bottle service. If you would like to purchase tickets, just go to thedinnerdetective.com. Now, this is also in Charleston, and I feel like there's some spooky stuff going on there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely very interesting because I've always wanted to be a detective, but I
Oh.
just don't have the courage for it, you know?
I mean, here you are.
Yeah. All right, on a more serious note, this Saturday marks 20 years since September 11, 2001, and the UofSC student veterans, in collaboration with the Veterans Alumni Council, will be presenting flags at 8 a.m. on September 10th to commemorate the lives lost on this day. As you walk past them on Davis Field this weekend, UofSC student veterans, the club, calls to take in the display and reflect on the events that happened on this day. Never forget. That's all we have for your entertainment news tonight. Coming up after the break, a look at your weekend forecast with yours truly. Stay close, Carolina. Welcome back, Carolina. My name is Frank Martinez, your local weatherman, and we're gonna get right into the weather for this moment. So we can see that we have that 63. It's actually gonna feel just like 63 because there is a very light wind in the northern direction, 7 miles per hour. Humidity was actually quite high today because of those drizzles coming in and out for throughout the whole day. We have that 87 for us. Our local time is around 7:20, sunset around 7:38. We're gonna move swiftly on to our weather headlines for this week. So yes, today we had the little drizzle. The sky wasn't quite falling, but it almost did. We had the little drizzle here and there, and it kind of stuck with us throughout the whole yucky day. The good news is though, that Friday, rain will actually stop, and we will have clear skies for the weekend. And then Monday, that's when the temperature will come right back up to the 90s, all right? We're gonna go to our highs for today in Carolina. We can see that we had quite a cool day. The 79 and the 77 were 2 of our lowest temperatures, as well as that 79 up there in Rock Hill. But throughout the whole Carolina, we had the lower 80s, high 70s. Now, as we said, we had the little rain on the Thursday with a high of 84. For Friday, the rain will go away, but the clouds are gonna stay with us. It's gonna be partly sunny with a high of 86, low of 61. Saturday's when our clear skies will begin to appear. We're gonna have the 87 with the 62 of the low. And Sunday, again, pretty much of the same thing. 89, clear skies, sunny. Now this is what I'm talking about. Monday and Tuesday is when we're gonna have the sun. We have the 92 for Monday and the 91 for Tuesday. That has been it. I'm your local weatherman, Frank Martinez, and as always, remember to trust your weatherman. And please stay tuned because when we come back, we're gonna have another edition of Carolina Canines.
And finally, tonight's Carolina Canine is Salem. The picture was sent in by USC student Bree Neely. Salem is a lab mix who Bree has been fostering. Salem is living her best life with Bree, looking for her forever home. And a huge shout out to Bree. We absolutely love our foster mom and dads for the cutest pups in Columbia. And one place that we at SGTV work really closely with is Final Victory Animal Rescue, who does offer a foster program themselves.
It's an amazing opportunity for those of you who are interested in giving a temporary home to our furry friends. So if you're interested, you can go on the website and check it out. And that's all we have tonight for tonight's edition of SGTV Nightly News.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC. To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV Nightly News, I'm Callista Yost.
And I'm Caitlin Ashbaugh. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to thee.